when going into a fight, what dictates how far you can hit really is your velocity going forwards. So if you're going straight, this is more so in 1.8, but these also apply in 1.7. So if you're running straight towards someone and hit them, you are going to be able to hit farther than someone just standing still, by a little bit, and it's harder to hit someone if they're strafing around you. It's really difficult to sort of just stand there and hit someone that's doing a good job at strafing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's pretty much there are two things with these principles to keep it. Okay, with these principles, having them kept in mind, there are two strategies going into a fight that you can use really. So there's straight lining, which is more applicable in 1.8, but people still do it,
Mm-hmm.
and in 1.7, which I assume you're in. Um,
I see. I think I'm in 1. I'm in 1.8.
oh,
Yeah.
well, 1.7 is better for PvP.
Oh, okay.
That doesn't change too much for this lesson right here. Okay. And then there's strafing, where you try to get to the side of someone. In like normal 1.8 PvP, it's kind of stupid, but this is less effective. Anyway, so if you're going to go in on someone, if you're going to go in to fight someone, you want to either sort of you want to there are different methods of strafing, but I'm going to teach you circle strafing. So you can so you sort of rotate around them, and once they
Mm-hmm.
get a hit on you, you sort of go the other direction and keep it so it's not extremely predictable, while still uh, doing the main objective with sword play, which is with sword hitting, which is obviously to keep your crosshair on the other person. So you want to go forward, sprint, obviously, sprint jump because that's faster, and faster is
Mm-hmm.
better. Um, and then either straight line, so you can throw some fishing rods in there, which I'll explain in a second, and then uh, and then sort of hit them while going forwards. And clicking quickly is really you can get a rhythm going sort of left and right, but clicking quickly is really the main aspect of that that's important.
All
And
right.
then there's strafing, where you can sort of go all around. You try being behind them is the best because then not only can you get more crits, but you can also sort of disorient them. It's going to, they can't hit you when you're behind them, stuff like that. So if you're going with strafing, then you really just want to get behind them and keep them from being able to look at you. So
Yeah.
do you see this? And I'm really keeping my crosshair on you. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll move on to the fishing rod now, even though I mentioned it a little bit before. Um, and I'll sort of jump around these topics because I didn't really make a structure to this written down, so I'll just sort of jump around. But I think I'm going to do a decent job. So since a lot of this hitting length is uh, is dictated by how fast you're going, if someone's running at you, here, run at me, and you hit them with a fishing rod, well, okay, and you hit them with a fishing rod, they're going to get stunned. So not only are they knocked back a little bit, and they're going to be a little bit, well,
What's up?
stunned. Oh, hi.
What's up? Hi. What? There's
Okay,
apparently a player's name called Dick Grayson.
okay, so I'm giving this guy an introduction and teaching lesson about PvP because I'm a nice person and I do things like that.
Yeah.
Okay, narcissism aside, if you hit someone with a fishing rod, they're going to be a little bit stunned. It's going to make them. It's going to sort of, since they're predicting where they're going to hit you in a second, it's going to make it harder for them to be able to hit you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and they're going to be a little bit slowed, so strafing is really going to be effective, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Another technique, I sort of brushed over that. There's much more to fishing rod, and it takes some skill to know where it's going to go. So if someone's moving, if they're running, then you sort of have to aim ahead of them, and sometimes it's really really hard to get a fishing rod hit. But during fighting, it can be really helpful. I'll get to hotkeys in a little bit, but for now I'll talk about block hitting. This is really, really helpful in certain situations. So if you're normally just, let's say, if you're normally doing straight lining in a certain scenario, or
Mhm.
sometimes it's just useless to do block hitting because they're going to be away anyway. Like if they're running away from you, it's totally useless to block it because
Yeah.
block hitting makes you go fast. It makes your hitting go faster, and it makes your speed go much slower. Um, so if you're really close to someone, or if you're behind someone, then you really want to get those. I don't want to hit you because I'm afraid that I'm going to. Um,
Oh, I have health. You could do it if you want.
yeah. So you right click, you left click, and then right click really quickly. In 1.8, this looks a little bit weird. It just sort of looks uh, like you're shifting your sword. Um, you're rotating a little. You're rotating it by 90 degrees a little bit, but
Yeah, it does.
it looks worse in 1.8. It actually looks pretty good. 7. Either way, it still works. Contrary to common belief. Um,
You're
so
Roman?
Yeah.
if you're
Uh,
close to someone and you think that someone is, let's say roughly, if 3 hits, if let's say 2 or 3 really quick hits are within your range, so if you can hit them 3 times and they won't be like way outside of your range, then you're going to go for block hitting. So they need to be pretty close. Um, for you to sort of want to block it, or if you're right behind them and you can just sort of like run towards them, because while you're hitting them more quickly, then they're going to be knocked away from you more quickly because a hit does knock back.
Yeah.
Um, other uses for this are like if you're in an enclosed space, like if we're right here, let's say if you're on the other side, then can you get on the other side?
Oh, sorry.
If you're in a very enclosed space, then fishing rod is useless because they're going to hit you anyway. A little bit of a stun to the side or down or anything is not going to keep them from being able to hit you, and you're just sort of wasting a few ticks. Um,
Yeah.
so fishing rod inside of an enclosed space is useless, but block hitting is the most valuable thing that you can do. Sometimes it's worth just dropping a lava here. Sometimes it's worth dropping a lava to get more hits, but that's wasting a hit or two, so you really just have to evaluate in that time if you're in enclosed space if that's going to be worth it, right?
Mhm.
Bow in a small place like this, bow in damage per second is far less than sword. So in an enclosed space like this, it's useless to try to bow spam or anything because it's not worth it. It's a tenth of the amount of damage someone's going to be doing with a sword. Um,
you
another thing
guys
that
playing on Badlands?
yeah,
Can I verse one of you in PvP on board?
sure. Um, let me finish this sort of section, okay? So, um, I've I've explained a bunch of the tactics of sword and fishing rod.
Yeah.
So you really things to keep in mind are you need to be really confident or running away. You don't want to sort of stand there if someone's running at you, like about to kill you, getting hits and everything. It's not a good tactic to sort of walk backwards and shoot arrows or walk backwards with your sword because here, I'll walk backwards and click really quickly. Walk towards me with your sword or run towards me and hit me.
Do I hit you? Alright.
Yeah, just hit me. I'm at full health. Wow, this is a really bad example because there's stuff behind me. Okay, the point is that if I'm walking backwards and you're running forwards, there's no way that I'm going to be able to get hits on you if I'm walking backwards. So you really need to be going forwards. You need to keep your crosshair on the other person. You need to choose if you're going to left strafe, right strafe. That just really all that means is if you're going to go circle strafe to the left or circle strafe to the right, um, or straight line, obviously. In 1.8, err on the side of straight lining because in 1.8 you can hit farther forward and less far sideways. These are interesting mechanics that I'll explain another time. But you need to get. It's good to initiate with a fishing rod, or if they're about to get like a sort of combo on you. If they're picking up the speed and you're slowing down and they're hitting you backwards like this. Here, I'll hit you with fishing rod. If they're hitting you backwards and they're getting a big combo on you that you can't really stop, then fishing rodding right here would be really beneficial because you stop their momentum and you can start up a combo, or at least stop them from getting theirs.
Yeah.
So all these are things to keep in mind. and mixing it up while you're doing PvP is a very important thing to do. So you sort of get a rhythm going. You click quickly. You can straight line, and then if they push you back a little bit or whatever, then you go to the left. You keep hitting them, and then you get a fishing rod. Keep going, um, and it can be really really skill based and um, interesting. Yeah.
Do you recommend I switch to 1.7?
You can. I mean, ultimately, 1.7, since it's older, is going to. It's older and better. It's going to end up going out the door. But if you, what sucks is that Mindplex and a bunch of servers are sort of going to 1.8, which is crap.
Yeah.
Which caters more to noobs because they don't really care
Are
about
you
the
on
difference.
1.7?
Yeah, I'm on 1.7.
You
But
can't play HG then. How are you playing HG?
I'm on Badlion.
No, but I'm just saying. Oh, so you switched to
Oh,
1.8.
he switches to 1.8.
Yeah, I'm
No,
also on a different account. So
Okay. Yeah.
anyway, I'll touch up on one more thing and then I'll do a little hate. Apparently, um,
No, not you. I want to fight the other guy. And the
Oh,
other
me?
guy. I
And
don't
and
care.
what?
Roman
Wait,
or
which other guy?
I don't care. I know you can destroy me in PvP __. You think about it too much, though. It's like you talk too much about it. Why don't you just show him instead
you
of
need to
tell
know
him?
them again. No, because me wrecking him
I
isn't going to
bet you
make
he
him
doesn't
learn
even
as
know
much.
half the things you said. Repeat half the things he said right now.
I can't really repeat it, but I know what he said.
Really, what did he say? Basically, explain what he was trying to say to you.
About what?
Just PvP, I guess.
Okay, like the fishing rod. Okay, it depends where you are. If you're in an enclosed space, it's pointless because you're not really pushing them anywhere. But
Yes, yes.
if you're somewhere, if you're like if they're running at you and you hit them with the fishing rod, it'll kind of throw them off because they already know where they were going. But then if you hit them with the fishing rod, they kind of get thrown off and then they don't exactly know what they're doing.
Okay,
And
what else
then
was he talking about?
block hitting, that it's kind of useless if you're behind them because you're not really getting hit, so you don't need to block anything.
Actually,
But
that's not true. Block hitting makes you go faster, but
oh, okay, no,
it
no,
makes you
no.
hit faster but go slower. So if you're behind
Yeah,
someone,
no,
you
yeah,
want
because
to
if you're chasing somebody, you're gonna go slower. Like you're
yeah
gonna move
chasing.
slower.
Okay,
Okay,
this is the ultimate question. I don't even know if __1 does this.
I know
What is
everything.
better to use in a PvP thing? If you have an iron sword or diamond axe, which one would you choose? Don't answer in this __1. Don't answer.
Wait, doesn't I think? Well, I don't know if
Which
it's
one
true,
would you
but
choose? Iron sword or diamond axe?
I don't know if it's true, but somebody told me that diamond axes attack. I mean, axes attack faster than swords, but swords do more knockback. But I'm not sure.
__1. You can say what you want.
They're equal in damage, but since block hitting is a thing, I would say sword definitely.
Oh, okay, okay. Since it could hit faster once you block it.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, it's not that you hit faster.
Okay, so I guess I'll mention this because this sort of has to do more with survival games and UHC more than just PvP. But each sort of tier of tool knocks down the damage by one. So you have your sword at the top. So let's say we're talking about diamond stuff. Diamond starts at what?
7,
Uh,
7
yeah, seven.
damage
I was
attack.
going to say that, but I don't want to be wrong. Okay, 7, and then iron goes down to 6, and down from there by one each time. But if you go down by tool type, then it goes axe, which is 6, and then what's below that? There's shovel, which is down by 3, I believe. Pickaxe, which is down by 2, and then hoe, which is like down by 4 or something. Actually, no, hoe does like half a heart of damage and everything except
Yeah,
for
it's equal to your fist. I
or
think.
1.9. In 1.9, it does actual damage, like it's
Yeah.
actually a weapon.
Yeah,
Okay,
it has like most damage per second.
yeah. So before we're sort of, I guess, done with the first section of melee, the concepts of melee, I just want to impress upon you how important um,
How many
GG.
hearts?
I was at .5. That was a close one.
how
Yeah, you were more better with your golden apple. I was just kind
wait,
of
if you're fighting on Badlion, you know it says it in chat.
I wasn't paying attention, sorry. And I don't play on
Silent
that thing very much.
Okay,
I
so
barely remember the IP, and I was like, wait a minute, is it .com or .net?
okay, one more thing. Hotkeying is really,
Wait,
really
are you the
useful.
one that annoys me on... Wait, whoa. Are you the one that annoys me on Mineplex?
Me?
Yes.
What do you mean by noise?
Maybe, are you always messaging me?
No, I've messaged you like a couple times since I met you.
For what?
Mushy isn't annoying. In no case is
Actually,
Mushy
I
annoying.
can't remember messaging you at all.
I think
I
he
remember.
messaged no, Mushy. I think you messaged him like once when I got banned. You were trying to
Oh yeah,
contact.
yeah, I messaged you when he got banned.
Oh, you were that scrub. Oh.
That scrub.
Sorry,
So,
I only remember people by scrub. That's all.
okay.
Anyways, let's go. How did you miss that? That was like... And you hit that. How did...
I went like under the stair. It was weird.
God damn it. You were better on that.
Pretty good at PvP though.
Me?
Yeah.
Not really. How many? 3.5. Actually, that wasn't very bad. I thought, whoa, we got some cussing going on. Oh, guess what? I'm not allowed to type in chat.
Why?
You're muted?
No, Mineplex is very strict about the whole
Oh
thing.
wait, they don't let you
I got
type
muted
chat.
on Mineplex for permanent, and then I had to appeal.
Oh,
That was terrible.
That happens to a lot.
yeah, we're not allowed to kind of talk because
Wait,
players
so
just
you
we
can't
we
you
get
can't
each
talk
other.
in other servers at all?
No, we're
That's
kinda,
so weird.
Well, no, but I was told not to.
Okay, let's just
because
Oh.
fight.
players got
Alright.
uh
Wait, what do you recommend I do
apparently
with the bow?
demoted.
Like double drawbacks?
Okay.
Triple?
Okay, yeah. I guess I'll touch on bow now. So
Oh, come on.
oh wait, no, I wasn't done with hotKeying. So you
Oh
said
yeah.
you said yesterday or whatever that you didn't use hotkeys, but
No, I
to
scroll.
use fishing rod, you need to. Mushy, like he was
Not
about-
really. Scrolling's easier for me.
It is not fast. Trust me. There are some
You
people.
do have it right next to you. Yes, you do.
No, I have my fishing rod in slot too, but
You're destroying me. Holy crap.
I love this like disconnect
God damn
between
it.
I
That
was
was pretty
wrecking Mushy
close.
and now when you're being wrecked by him. I love it.
Well,
Okay.
I'm not very good at PvP. I can destroy you in SSM anytime, any day, but I'm not good at PvP.
There's some
I'm great
people-
with the
There are some people that are decent at using the fishing rod, sort of in some scenarios, but you can't do it quickly. To I don't care what anybody says, but in normal combat, you can't switch between fishing rod and sword quickly without using your numbers or hotkeys.
How about like mouse buttons? Like buttons on your mouse.
Yeah. For a while on.
You know that does nothing, seeing your projectile protection. Warning, just warning you.
No, you don't have projectile protection. It's just protection.
Oh, okay. Well,
You have
it did.
prod on your helmet. Anyway,
Oh yeah, you're right.
yeah, I binded for a while on one of my old mice. I had one of my mouse keys set to 9, set to the equivalent of 9. Right now I have R set to 9, which is my water slot, and 4 is lava,
It's
3 is
UHC.
bow,
Yeah.
2 is fishing rod, and 1 is diamond sword. Okay, here let's just fight.
Your taxes are very good, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh,
That's
thanks.
good.
You're very good at quick scoping too, as I
One just wrecks me whenever we fight. So that tells how good he is.
Yeah, I beat him like 30 times earlier. Just a
Yeah,
little bit.
dude, you PvP too much. Shut up. Yo, stop it.
Missing some.
Did you really think I was just gonna wait for you? Yeah, no, that's not how the world works. I'm sorry.
And sometimes I scroll like to slot 9. I over scroll.
I haven't won against you once, have I?
GG.
Oh, another thing. What do you use as sprint?
Let's do Archer.
Control.
Control?
Yeah.
I don't recommend that. It's awkward and you're using your
Thank you. Thank you.
actually I guess you don't use Optifine, do you?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Here, do you want me to tell you my controls?
Sure. I'll copy it if you want. I just don't have a mouse
Yeah.
with buttons.
Roman copied my controls as well. Okay.
Not completely.
Wait, I control.
Yes, you did. Don't even.
Unless you shouldn't have armor, but
All
whatever.
right.
Okay, so attack button 1, drop is Q, pick block is F, but I don't build that much anymore, so it doesn't really matter. Sprint is shift, right below caps lock.
Let me find
Um,
shift.
yeah.
GG.
GG.
I have my hotbar slots all set to normal except for 9. 9 is set to R, which is actually
Like I
very
said,
helpful.
mushroom. I'm good with a bow. I just suck with PvP.
Yeah, that's why I chose Archer.
Okay, screenshot doesn't really matter. Cinematic camera doesn't matter. Full screen doesn't matter. Toggle perspective I have set to C.
Oh, I
Um,
suck. I
but-
suck at this game mode.
So that's usable
that's why I
normally
chose
just
it.
sort of with your thumb, but
Uh-huh.
but I have a key on my mouse set to do that, which is really helpful.
I use it as R if. I don't know.
Yeah, R is a very prime real estate because it's very close to your index finger, which is, you know, very easy to access. So I wouldn't set it to that, as long as
Oh.
you can quickly access it.
Mhm.
Like,
Freaking
Yeah.
hell, mate.
so I would hotbar slot 9 to R, and
Holy
then toggle perspective
crap.
to C. And if you have extra buttons on your mouse, then you
Nah,
can
I'm
set
dead.
that to change
Holy
perspective.
Oh wow. You have to
Okay.
use the potions of health.
Zoom
No.
to zoom to left
You
control.
see how they
although
set
you
it
don't
up?
have to do
It's
that.
weird.
Yeah, that's why I don't like it.
Wait, what do you want me to
It's
switch
kinda
to the toggle perspectives to?
C,
See? Alright. What do I zoom with? That doesn't really matter.
left control is what I do. It seems natural to me, but that doesn't really matter. It just
How about. Oh, okay, go. Keep going.
It's about who's on
Um,
the first, basically.
it just a
Yeah.
lot of this stuff really depends on the scenario that I'm in. So I this is interesting to 300 to Seth and some people, but I I I have set up my
Is anyone else playing
layout-
F5 or is that just me?
You play an F5?
Yeah.
No, you don't.
One of
Really?
Okay, so
I-
I can see my surroundings. How do you think I can find you so easy?
so I've set
But
up my
doesn't it?
Nope, doesn't affect me. I do it in SSN too.
Wow.
This is really like two-person calls.
See, I told you this is easy. Would you like me to show screens right now? I'll show you.
It's weird. I've heard of people who do that, but it seems like it would be
I
harder.
can show screens right now if you want.
No, I believe you.
How do you think I know where you are? Like I always find you. Like, nothing.
What should I
Should I
change
go
my
now?
crouch to? Like,
Yeah,
see?
because the
Okay,
Targets.
crouch is
Can
button
you tell
3.
now? Can you see it now? Like
Yeah.
A little?
it's just
It's weird.
Hello?
Yeah, that call was they were talking too much. I couldn't hear
Mm-hmm.
my own voice.
Alright.
I'll get back in a call with them later. I'm just like have that call on hold, but it just wasn't really working out to talk with you.
Mhm.
Okay, so I have crouch set to button 3, which is a little.
Oh, okay. I was gonna set it to that.
Yeah, it's sometimes annoying if you're doing like Sky Wars and you have to hold that while left clicking and right clicking. It gets a little bit annoying, and I right now just sort of it's a transition period, so I have 3 buttons on my mouse set to crouch.
Mhm.
But it's fine for all normal purposes. It's fine.
Alright.
And then I think that's pretty much it. I have the tab list set to tab. I think that's default. Open command I have set to Y, but that doesn't matter.
How about sensitivity? Which sensitivity app?
Okay, this is very difficult to gauge. It's not going to mean that much because I have my mouse DPI and then I have my sensitivity. So my sensitivity is at 95%, but I only have my mouse at 800 DPI.
Mhm.
So yeah, take with that what you will, but I take from that what you can. But all I can input in that is really just I have mine set really low because I play survival games a ton, and being able to accurately organize my inventory is very valuable.
Oh, okay. Cause mine is at 121, but
Uh-huh.
what's yours at?
Mine is at 95.
Oh,
Although
gee.
you could have your mouse sensitivity set differently, so it's difficult to gauge. Um, I have to say, I when I was starting out, I kept lowering my DPI, and I was surprised at how low it was.
Hmm.
At how low the optimum amount for me is, because being accurate is more important than being able to do like a 180 turnaround in half a millisecond.
Yeah, it's true.
Like I can still turn 180 fine, and that's also a very important thing to be able to do. Like if you're trying to go if you're doing practical parkour and you're trying to be as efficient as possible, then being able to sort of turn around the edge of a building and then get an exact right angle turn so that you don't bend around the corner, which is longer, is also very helpful.
And sometimes trying to streak, like my hits aren't too accurate, so I don't always hit them.
Yeah, yeah. This is yeah.
What do you
Um,
have your FLV at?
Quake Pro.
Oh, okay, mine's
Although
Quake Pro.
Yeah, although it depends on your screen size actually. So before this PC that I have now, that's really cool. Um, I have dual monitors and everything, and it's a real desktop setup. Before this, I had a
Nice.
MacBook Air that I used, and the
Mhm.
tiny 11-inch screen didn't
Oh,
cater to Quake Pro. So whenever I tried to use Quake Pro, it was trying to cram too much into the 11-inch screen. But with the 24 inches that I have, um, on my desktop screen, it's really Quake Pro really looks fine. It's a little bit sort of distorted on the edges, and like
yeah,
my brother doesn't like Quake Pro because he plays other games. He doesn't really do Minecraft, but Quake Pro looks fine on a larger screen. Um, I'm just saying, yeah.
yeah. I use Quake Pro. I mean, I don't think
Mm.
my screen's that large, but
Well, do you use a desktop or laptop?
a, de- a desktop.
I mean, there's a pretty much 0% chance that your screen is smaller than what 20 inches, which
Yeah,
is way larger than pretty much any laptop I've heard of. So yeah,
pretty sure.
okay.
Let me check for settings.
Um, a thing to note about strafing, or about keeping your cursor on someone, is that you really need to know how far. I mean, after a certain point, depending on the DPI, you're sort of able to pick up any. You're able to pick up any DPI in a range and be able to sort of deal with it. Although there's a huge transition period, and for a while after I got this new mouse, I was very rusty and I wasn't playing really well. Like I was missing a lot of my hits, but you really need to be good at judging where your where your crosshair is going to be after you move your mouse a certain distance.
Yeah.
And when I first got my Racer Ouroboros, which was the first gaming mouse that I got,
Mhm.
I sort of practiced this accuracy by on the screen. I would move my cursor over to random things. Like if I was watching a video, I would I would move my mouse over to exactly you know the speaker's nose or whatever
Mhm.
to be able to accurately move my mouse uh, to where I wanted it to be. And when you
Yeah.
get a good gauge of your mouse speed, and you're able to sort of, if I turn this, then I'll exactly hit someone right there, then
Yeah.
that can really help. It can really, really help. That's the only way that you're able to make hits accurately.
It really comes with like experience.
Yeah,
Gotta
yeah.
like practice.
hmm
I play survival games so much, I just like never win.
Oh yeah, survival games is a whole nother thing. There's a huge amount of strategy to survival games. I mean,
Well,
I say huge, but there are really some things that you just sort of really need to understand, and then there are some more advanced or um, fine details.
yeah,
But
especially with the classes.
seriously, I was not that good at 600 survival games wins. 600 to 800 survival games wins. I won. I won not a huge amount. Like I was surprisingly bad for someone with that many wins. I was good at PvP, but my strategy was really lacking.
What class do
Um,
you use?
um It's fluctuated. At 600 I
Yeah.
used Brawler, but I've used Knight for the past 500 wins, I think. Definitely.
Yeah, I
Knight,
used to use Brawler, but I don't know. I like Knight because if you get a good strafe, you can just make sure that they won't get
definitely.
you by hilt smashing them.
See, that bringing back into the, coming back to the fundamentals here, if you have the other person hilt smashed and they're pretty much standing still and they're uh, sort of stunned by the blindness, then you can get a good strafe going,
Yeah, you
and
might as
they're
well
totally
take the
disoriented.
time. Yeah,
Yeah, it's the
get
same thing
behind
as
them.
yeah, it's the same thing as having your opponent standing still. Like if I here, I don't know how good of an idea of this is, but here, just sort of rush at me, and you can run, and I'm just going to stand in the same place, okay?
I don't click that fast. I try.
Like you've already gotten hit. Okay, that was a bad example because I click faster.
Yeah, I try to like judge or click, but eh. I find it like, because sometimes I choke and then I click like 3 times and then I'll click like 3 times really fast, but then I'll pause in between.
Yeah, that actually, yeah, recently, maybe I've sort of solved this issue in the past few days, just by not entirely sure how, but I yeah, I was doing that too. And clicking quickly is obviously a huge thing as well.
Yeah,
I mean, a lot of people, quite a few people that I've seen say that clicking doesn't really matter because there's a limit. But that's really just a limit on the animation of your sword swinging.
hmm
Um, I know this as a fact, and I've run tests of myself because I have this slow-mo mod that's pretty cool, and
yeah,
you can kill like sheep and stuff so
hmm
quickly if you're like in slow motion. You
yeah,
can really see how clicking speed changes damage speed.
yeah, it does. And 1.9 that really won't matter though, right? Because it has to like recharge.
I know. Although I hope that once Mineplex does update to 1.9, I really hope that they sort of that they that they make the attributes on the weapons make it so that you can
Yeah,
hit as quickly because that's really stupid.
they really need to change 1.9. It's terrible so far.
Yeah.
Like the snapshots they have is just it won't work
The
out.
PvP is just turned to poop.
Yeah, because I don't know. Not that not that Minecraft isn't really big on PvP, but it's not as big as it used to be. I think they're like going more off on that.
Yeah, I know. Mojang is not. My brother brought up this point as I was. He doesn't know a huge amount about Minecraft, but he has input sometimes. And oh, he's asleep. He's sort of on my bed right now because
Oh,
I guess he was bored. So he came over here. Anyway, he guessed, and I agreed that Mojang doesn't cater to PvP that much.
they really
Like
don't.
honestly, they're just trying to improve single player now, and they don't really care about us. Because
Yeah.
although I have to say 1.7 is sort of the epitome of is sort of the pinnacle of PvP.
Mm,
Um and it's hard to sort of if they were trying to improve on that, then a pretty small amount not very many people would benefit from that, especially because we're already happy with 1.7. The
mm,
only issue is that unknowingly, or I guess they do know, but um they're sort of well, okay. Um, they're sort of not forcing, but really incentivizing servers to change to their new versions as well.
yeah.
What type of computer do you have?
Microsoft HP HP desktop.
Oh, MLG. Oh, do you know about MLG water dropping?
Yeah, I've seen like so many videos. Ah, they're so cool.
Yeah, I just did that.
I've seen videos people go like in their inventory, they switch to water bucket, and then yeah, I don't have that type of skill.
Yeah, again, that's another instance where hotkeying is vital.
Yeah, you have to switch really fast. You can't like scroll and then let's say you scroll off, you don't have time to scroll
Yeah.
back. But that's not really necessary in survival games because they don't give you water buckets.
Yeah, but hotkeying, since there are fishing rods there's melee, um, and then there are stews.
Oh yeah.
So hotkeying is important like that. Then even just being able to sort your inventory more quickly with hotkeys is very important. Like really, you cannot um, you waste. A lot of people don't realize how much time they waste sorting their inventory, um, like slowly. Yeah, yeah, I
Yeah,
get it.
I tried doing fast. Like I don't really put the things like let's say arrows. I don't really organize that, even though I should. 'Cause that way I know where it is.
Yeah.
I usually
Although
just fix my hotbar slots. I don't know. I keep my sword first, my fishing rod second, my bow third, and then stews if I have any that follow, and then I'll keep food
same, yeah,
and the last ones. Yeah.
yeah. And then sometimes it depends, but sometimes I put snowballs or eggs in the
Oh
ninth
yeah.
slot because that's R for me, so I can get 9 really easy. Oh,
Hmm.
right. I was going to explain why 9 um is more
Yeah.
important than a lot of the others. 1 and 9 are really uh interest are more prime real estate because when you right click something into your inventory,
Hmm.
um the first slot that it goes to is slot 1, and then it fills up from the left going right from there.
Yeah.
If you click something from a chest, guess which slot it goes into?
The nine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Ninths, not nine.
And then if you're able to sort of have your okay, I guess this is a sports reference, which I'm not perfect at. But or baseball. I do other sports like skiing. Either way, off topic. Um if you have sort of a home base as it were, um at slots 1 and 9, then you can easily in the recent days or weeks I've gotten better at switching to uh my building material
Yeah.
um by going to 9 and then scrolling over 1. So with hotkeys I can reach all the way out to 6. But that's sort of a stretch and it's not always natural during a fight.
Yeah.
Um uh
Especially if they
and
mess
then
up.
I can reach 9 obviously with R, and then 8 I do R and then scroll over 1 really quickly, so that's fast enough for water. But if I
Hmm.
were to do fishing rod with that would not be fast enough. So
Yeah.
I have it set up with just sort of a chain of a command. I like this building, by the way.
I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm a terrible builder. Like I play on Master Builder sometimes, and I get bored, and I'm just like, nope. I get like last place.
I've won Master Builders a few times.
And I've won like I don't know, maybe at max like 10 times. The thing I have most wins in is Snake. I don't know. I find Snake easy, but
Yeah, Snake is pretty much it's almost the simplest game. It's like up until you're in the like 95th percentile of really really good people, there's very little skill involved. But then you hit a certain like not wall, but you hit a group of people that are just very good. Like
yeah.
seriously,
You
I
you
know
know
if,
you know who Corey is?
um
Corey.
oh maybe
He has like 3,000 something wins.
yeah, Glitters has what 3,500, 4,000 or something. Her friend has 1,500. Um
I have like 100 something. That's it. But I played it a lot, so that's the only game I have the achievement kit on. Seriously,
I'm not
it's
I'm
so
not an
bad.
achievement hunter. Like I only have it
Me
in
either. I just want the achievement kits just to try it.
yeah. But
No other reason.
yeah, I'm really just a survival on Mindplex. I'm just survival games, and then I do some champions. 1,600 survival games wins, 500 champions wins, and pretty much nothing of other things. I do, I have like what 100 Dragon Escape
And
wins and
yeah,
stuff
you
like
play a
that. But
Dragon Escape. Oh, and by the
uh,
way, you know how when people like sometimes they shoot and then they hit with their bow right after. I
oh
don't
yeah, yeah,
understand why.
I didn't explain that. It makes it a little bit quicker. Although you're in 1.8 right now, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything in 1.8, but it's said to reduce bow time. Like here, if I does your animation show me
Show you what.
my bow sort of hitting? Cause I bow hit.
Yeah, no, I was watching your video and you were like, you were bow
Yeah.
hitting, and then I was like, what are you doing? And I've seen other people do it. Like I was playing a lot of unranked 1v1s today, and then everybody was like bow hitting. I'm like, I don't know why.
If you go in 1.8, then it doesn't do anything.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was
So
doing it the whole day too. I was like,
there's
yeah.
bow hitting. There's block hitting, which I explained. There's block jumping. You know what that is, right?
Wait, what is it?
It's
I
pretty much.
haven't-
Okay. It's just when you take block. I ran out of blocks, so I have to collect a few on my beautiful
Oh,
starter.
like
Yeah, where you just run along and you place them. Point of this is pretty much only used. See, and the point is, it doesn't make you go fast or anything. Obviously, it's just that it's sort of more of a convenient spot to be either running or chasing from. Sometimes not. Either way, um, if someone runs away and they place a water down like that, okay, here, watch.
Oh yeah, I saw you do that in your video too, and I was like, let me try it.
Then you use the blocks
Yeah.
um, to either block up the water, which is pretty simple, and I'm not going to do that. Although, just a little tip on that: it's a good idea to do it on the first try. So to do it accurately on the first try, which is another thing about clicking accurately. And then there's block hitting where you go like this and you run a clot. Come on, that was perfect. You didn't see that?
No.
Okay. I
Sorry.
wasted my water. Okay, so if someone has like water going out like this, you you get on it and you jump across and you place
Yeah, you
the
place it
block
on
right.
the water.
Yeah, and then you destroy their water so that they don't have it for later.
Mhm. Yeah, when I was versing you were doing that a lot.
Yeah. Although my water's I have to say that my water's a little glitchy, more so than anyone else that I've ever seen in any video. My water and lava, just like sometimes when I place them, they go in different spots, and my ping is good on this server. I'm not sure why.
Mine is like, I don't even know. I think it's like 100 maybe.
Yeah, mine is like 30 to 50. Although I still get
Oh
these
my god.
weird. Yeah.
What do you have on Mineplex?
I think same thing, maybe like 50 to 70, 30 to 50.
Yeah, mine goes up to like 70 or 80, but it's usually like a 50.
Okay. I guess I'll mention something about ping. Um, with melee, anybody below, anyone between 20 and 100 ping with melee, with normal just sword hitting, is not going to notice a difference really.
Mhm.
I mean, if you have 0 ping, then you're going to be able to hit insanely far, and just that's a huge thing. That's just a huge difference. But anything between like 20 and 100, people aren't really going to notice. Bow delay is a thing, so you can. Huawei complains about this a lot in his videos, but
Yeah.
where when you shoot, there's just a little delay between your bow. I don't get that on like pretty much any of the servers that I play on because I have ping like below 50 or below 100. So bow delay is not a huge thing. That's prevalent below 100 ping. Fishing rod, and snowballs and eggs are noticeably different. So if you're trying to get a combo or a fishing rod or something, that's when you start to notice ping differences. Sort of like 50 versus 100.
Yeah.
This stuff is good. This stuff is good to know, but it's not a huge help because there's not much you can do, right?
Yeah. I can't
Um,
really change my ping either. Unless I
yeah.
get. I'm trying to get like a new PC. I'm trying to get a cyber power PC, but.
Yeah, well, past a certain point, my laptop gets the same ping as my piece as my
Mhm.
desktop. Okay. So from
Oh yeah.
here,
So when people like. It's kind of off topic, but like when people call like reach hacks.
Yeah.
Supposedly there's no such thing as that, right?
okay, this is an interesting debate, and
I know there's like kill aura, which clicks or like what's it called? Auto clicker, and it clicks really fast to make it seem like
okay, I
you're
know,
hitting from farther.
yeah, I know a bunch of things about a bunch of things on this subject, and then there's sort of one hole that I'm not entirely sure about. Okay, so auto clickers obviously just it makes your computer think that you're clicking really quickly. That's it. Like Badlion has good hit detection, so it knows when you're doing that. Uh, and I know people that have gotten banned for auto clicker even not using auto clicker just
Yeah.
because server restart, just
Yeah.
because they click really quickly. But you go to North America 3 or not.
I think it's like it might
Nothing.
crash.
Okay, I'm in.
And, uh, when did they add? Did they add it recently?
NA3.
Yeah.
Um. Yeah, they did. Okay, so here, let me. Okay, so auto clicker is really just clicking really quickly. It's a big advantage because once again it makes you hit the other guy faster.
Yeah.
It's a huge advantage, but it's not really um extremely noticeable because it doesn't look a lot different. You're
Yeah.
just
Unless it keeps going. Like some people set it to so many clicks that it like keeps going.
yeah,
And Mhm.
yeah. Okay,
it's kind of dumb.
then
You gotta
there's
go to PvP school for that.
yeah. Then there's Killora, which I think hits the closest player within a
Yeah.
certain within a certain radius. So you can set it to a certain radius and a certain speed, and
Yeah.
that
I saw
and
a
the
Rebel guy
hackers.
doing like the kill aura challenge.
Oh, you didn't? Oh yeah, I did that too. Did you not see my video? It's probably like in my top 10 favorite videos that I've ever
Oh
made.
no, I'll watch it though.
Yeah, it's
Wait,
fantastic.
did you get banned?
Yeah, it was great.
Oh my
And then I
god.
talked to them, and I recorded it and everything. It's
Oh
a
my
pretty
god.
long story, and I also recorded all the aftermath because I talked with them for like 2 hours.
Oh my god.
But the actual video is only like 10 minutes.
I was planning on doing it, and then I'm like, let me not because I don't even know how to like I'll peel, but it's probably not even enough.
As Rebel has said in a bunch of his videos having to do with bans and stuff, um, you really need to go through administration and stuff
Yeah.
because appeals are not as good of a way to.
You need to like talk to them directly on TeamSpeak. I don't even know how to access TeamSpeak, so like
I don't even know how to use TeamSpeak. Gosh darn it.
you don't? Okay, good.
No.
I thought I was like a noob saying that.
Yeah, I know. Tons of people say, "Oh, it's easy." Like what?
Like is it like I don't even know how to like where to go to.
I figured out how to get into a server after like hours of research. But now I couldn't figure out how to get in a call or how to like get permission to get in a Mindflex group or whatever.
No, I don't even know how to access TeamSpeak. Like I don't even know if do you have to download something for it? I have no
the
idea.
TeamSpeak client.
I don't even know.
Okay.
I've seen
Anyway.
YouTubers use it, but that's it.
Okay, so back on subject. Killora pretty much hits the nearest player, and since in survival games there are the dead bodies on the ground,
Mhm.
the way that works is that it says the server tells the client that that a certain player is sleeping in a bed right there, so it is actually technically a person that the client sees, which is why it hits it.
Yeah.
So that's why people with Killora or Force Field go after that player. Okay, Force Field is worse than Killora, by a little bit. So Force Field hits everyone within a certain radius, meaning that if you have a team, Force Field, the person will just sort of like, you know, kill everyone in a radius all around them or
Mhm.
whatever. And then I think that might be able to be changed or something and whatever to conceal it more. But that's pretty much the basics. Okay, Reach. Although I have a friend that denies this, Reach is a byproduct of hitting in the game. So right now, I have a reach of 2 blocks or whatever. Reach of two and a
Mhm.
half. So I just reached you right there. Reach hacks, oh, I call hacks. Okay, I can reach over to my mouse. No, but Killora and Force Field and low ping and stuff grant longer reach. So when people say reach, they really mean, oh, that guy's using another hack that gives them farther reach than they're
Yeah.
supposed to have. Which is where all this debate comes from.
But it's so weird. Like, look, stand on the back wall. I mean, the back, not wall, the block right there.
Right here?
Like, right there, right here.
Okay.
I remember I was on Riverton. You know, through the blue flags, those stairs. going up.
Uh-huh.
No, the green flags leading into the supply drop where the farm is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was literally hitting me from like down here, just like that, and then I was just trying to run, and then I couldn't do anything. He was already hitting me from like 5 blocks away.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
didn't know how.
Um, this is a good segue to bring this conversation into hackers. So, or into a topic regarding hackers. So, when dealing with a hacker, it depends on their hacks. If they have their kill aura set to hit you like once per second at a range of 2, then you can sort of just kill them, and it's also difficult to get evidence. The worse the hack, the harder it is to fight them, and the easier it is to ban them, right?
Yeah.
So if they have their kill aura set really high and everything, then the strategy is pretty much to run. If you're recording, then you want to sort of play defensively, and then if you're at if you're at a decent amount of health, then you can just sort of go in to show it. But it's pretty much just a run, play defensively. If they don't have no knockback, use your fishing rod. Um, Definitely use bow. If you have like 10 arrows, then you can maybe use that.
Yeah.
Um, See, this is a point at which you would use your R key to switch to the.
I don't even have it on my night slot.
Oh right, okay. I'll tell you my inventory in this. Although, okay, so I have sword, fishing rod, bow, lava bucket, gapple, ged. So lava bucket, gapple, ged. Steak, planks, and then water.
I threw mine out of my inventory and then it disappeared.
Oh, mine disappeared too. Dang it. Oh. Oh yeah, and a thing that it took me a little bit to realize, that I'll just tell you, is that if you have lava placed down, wait, no,
Oh, I'm sorry.
place it back. Is that if you have lava placed down, water destroys it.
Yeah, it
So
does.
if you're sitting in a pool of lava, you just sort of place down water and that fixes it.
Yeah. It can also destroy itself. Like, if you put one water bucket and put a water bucket right over that water bucket, there'll only be one
Yeah.
water source. Obsidian.
Okay. Um, a lot of this stuff, as I said before, like when we had just met, um, is really just, it comes down to skill and practice. I mean, honestly, the I was getting frustrated quite a few months ago, but it's really just the more you play, the better you get. This is really cliched, but it's true.
So wait, have you ever? I know you're telling me like you've versed Rebel Guy before.
Yeah.
But have you ever played with him on Bad Lion?
I never played with him on Badlion, but whenever it's the end, I beat him 90% of the time. Although I have to say his ping is crap.
Yeah. Cause yeah, I saw his video of like, well, some of it of him. What's it called?
One hit?
Like, no. When
Oh.
like 2 hour video he just posted like recently.
Yes, I watched that whole thing.
I was like watching it, but I was falling asleep. I was like 3 a.m. I had to go to school, and I was like, wow. I was trying to watch it, but then I fell asleep. But yeah, he lives in Australia, and then he says his like Wi-Fi is crap. So yeah, I live
Or
in I live in Miami, Florida.
Miami?
Yeah, it's okay. My Wi-Fi is okay.
Colorado. Oh my gosh. Guess who has fantastic Wi-Fi that I'm totally jealous of?
Who?
My grandparents.
Oh,
Like seriously,
grandparents.
they got a house like a few months ago, maybe a year or something.
Mhm.
And they have fiber. It's not like Google Fiber, but it's by another service. It's pretty much the same thing. Either way, They have gigabit, 1,000 megabytes up and 1,000 megabytes down.
Wow.
That's crazy, and like they have 3 millisecond ping. Three, three.
So it's at 3?
The ping.
Oh my god.
It's
That,
insane.
you hit me from like across the map. That's crazy.
Yeah. Free text? No, I just live at my grandparents' house.
And no, just grandparents. No hacks, just grandparents. I didn't even think that was possible. No hacks, just grandparents. Whenever I see somebody with like crazy ping, I try not to get mad. I'm just like,
Yeah.
I just type in chat like -50 ping. I
Yeah.
read
I
so
mean,
much
obviously
though.
there's a limit. I think.
Yeah, no, it's like a joke though.
Yeah.
I,
But if you
survival games. I
if
can't
you
even
can hit
explain.
half a block farther than someone,
Hmm.
especially if you're both straight lining,
Yeah.
then that is just game change.
Yep.
I mean, yeah. That's like the difference between standing still and running at someone.
Yeah.
Huge
Especially
advantage.
especially once you hit them once, you're just like you're basically charging at them and they can't do nothing. They can't do anything. Have hard.
MLG Pro right there. Sure you planned this all out. It's your strategy. Wait, can I
What?
destroy? I just destroyed your lava with a dandelion.
Yeah, I have no lava or water left or buckets.
I have one. I have one water left.
What do you like? What do you strategy? Yeah, what do you strategy? That's grammar.
What is
What do you
my?
strategy on Manifex?
Okay,
What is your
on Survival
strategy?
Games. Okay,
Yeah.
so do you want to go Survival Game strategy, or which is going to take more time, or you build UHC strategy?
Oh, I don't really play UHC. I don't.
Well, I mean, build UHC on badly in 1v1s.
Oh, okay. I mean, I play on Mineplex way more than I play on
Okay.
Badlands. The only time I
So
go on Badlands is just to like practice.
same, but actually that's stopped now. I've been playing more badly than I have been Mineplex in the past few weeks.
Yeah,
Seriously.
I've been playing with my friends just to like 1v1.
Sure you wreck all of them.
Totally. I, I honestly don't even like sometimes I do better than I do other times. Like sometimes I'll land it's like some good combos, but then other times I'll just mess up and then dead. Especially when I miss my bull shots. Like when I first go into the like when we first respawn, we go in and then we start shooting with our bows.
Yeah, that's
But
usually what you start
if
off
I
with.
miss like a couple of them, I know I'm screwed because I usually use like 4 at the start,
Are your
and
friends
then
good?
huh? Oh, I have one friend. He's pretty good. He has 600 wins on Nineplex.
Of Survival Games?
Mhm.
Oh, that's good. What's his name?
Um, preaching good 420. You probably seen him,
Oh.
but you probably don't remember the
Mm,
IGN.
yeah, I probably have seen him. Sounds like mildly, slightly, almost sort of familiar.
Oh wait,
Maybe.
do you know who Honeybully is?
Yes.
I've seen him before,
I've
and
met
he's
him a few times, and I have him on my friends list.
but does he speak English?
Um, I've never actually spoken to him. He accepted my friend request, and I've been in a few games with him, but I've never actually spoken to him. So,
Yeah, I saw him in a game today. I'm like, nope, I left. He has
well,
like, what does he have? Like
yeah,
2,000 something
like
wins.
over half the games I join, I'm not kidding. Like over half the games I join as __1, like oh __1 is here. I know who's going to win. It's like
Yes.
people call me out at the start of the game, which is kind of cool, but when it happens so much, it sort of gets annoyingly unfair
Yeah.
because I can't just spawn kill as much, you know?
Hmm. It's kind of true though. The
Yeah.
second you join a game, it's like it's been decided. But yeah, that is unfair. Like, just like they run away from you.
I want a
Knowing
disguise
it's
feature for everyone over the level of 50 or like anyone that's like trainee or above. Right now, there's a disguise feature for devs and leadership teams. But that's just because they're literally disguising themselves. They're able to make it look like they're another player, and that's
Mhm.
just because they have like administrative like actual commands
Yeah,
rights and stuff.
it's unfair though. Like,
I know I
eh,
want to be able to sort of not
mhm.
be known because I know so many people. I'm memorable to so many people because like yeah, Mr. L
Like,
Games.
yeah,
Even if
yeah,
I
no,
even if I just say GG at the end, and they like see my tag and that I won, it's like I become memorable then, and then they remember me for the next game. Although there are a lot of people that I know as well, and then they say hi at the start of the game. Hi underscore one.
I usually message people. Like, I won't say it in chat. I don't know why. I
Mhm.
usually message or go in a party. I don't like talking in chat.
Oh, you almost hit me actually.
Oh.
That would have been fun. Here, run right behind me. I'm gonna try and do that. Here, run.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
wrecked, easy.
No access grandparents.
That's
So many people
cause
have names like that.
yeah, so many. Yeah, let's fight.
My name.
Okay. I'll give
That's my name. No access. No.
I'll give a quick sort of explanation of this game. Um, this is a game where hotkeying is God. Okay, that was a little bit dramatic, but hotkeying is everything in this. I'm most definitely fast enough to while we're playing. Like if we're fighting, even if I'm hitting you, even if you're hitting me, I'm I can I can just right click over and eat my stew and then switch back to my sword within like the speed of my fishing rod. It's the same action as a fishing rod except that I can do it with all of my slots except for slot like 7 and 8. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So I can really quickly switch over to the mushroom stew and
Yeah, and
eat it
besides, you have
while we're
the R
fighting.
as slot 9, so
Yeah, that's how I'm
you could
able to
just
do.
scroll down and then go back to 1
Yeah, so
with
I
the
slots
hotkeys.
7 and 8 naturally are the last ones that I eat, although I'm still able to get them to them pretty quickly. Like I sacrifice probably not even a hit. Um
Wait, when you're playing soup, you really shouldn't jump, right? Should you?
um
Because
it
I know
depends it
in
depends where you
1.8,
are, but pretty much no.
I know at 1.8 you can get like stuck in the air and then, 'cause especially with like speed 2, if you're jumping at somebody, they'll just like run at you and keep you in the air while hitting you.
This tutoring session has been an hour so far.
You can leave if you want.
No,
I don't.
I want to explain a few more things. Okay, so in something like this, you pretty much want to just stay still, although I actually kind of like it when people hit me up a little bit. Like if they're looking up and they hit me
Yeah, you
in
can
some
land crits too.
since I'm in 1.7, and
Mhm.
if they're in 1.7 or 1.8, if they hit me up a little bit, then I only have a tiny bit of below ground advantage. You know what that is, right?
Yeah, yeah,
You can hit farther up than you can hit down, which is why
mhm,
it's so effective to sort of get in the corner and
yeah.
like yeah.
I usually try to do that.
Um, so they only have a tiny bit of below ground advantage, but since they're constantly hitting me up just a tiny bit, then I've said tiny about 20 times now. Okay, then I'm constantly getting crits, right? And I'm just
Yeah.
a little bit above the ground. A tiny bit above the ground, as some might say. Okay, strafing is what I do in this, although you're in 1.8. I don't really do soup PvP in 1.8, but yeah, I would switch to 1.7 if I was going to play on Badlion, if I were you. But either way, keep your cursor on the other people, on the other person, strafe them. If you're behind them and you know that they're probably not going to get a hit, then you can jump for a crit. Although that's usually sort of a risky thing to do, you know.
Mhm.
Um, if you're jumping does not negate the fact that you need to keep your cursor on them. So get good at sort of jumping and keeping your cursor looking at sort of if you see a dot in the air, just pretend that there's sort of a dot or just like look at a block. Keep your cursor on that block and sort of jump over it.
Oh,
Well, um
oh yeah. You probably practice that like so much.
tons in like every lobby for months. I've done this to sort of be able to keep my cursor within that little area. It's because doing that is the same sort of thing as being able to keep your cursor on someone if you jump over them or if you're strafing around them, you know.
Hmm.
Um,
Probably it probably is really good. Like practice.
it
Now that I
is, yeah.
think about it.
And then same deal if you see sort of a in the lobbies or whatever, if you see a bush on the ground or block or whatever, you can sort of strafe around it and keep your cursor on that block to practice as if it was like a player. Um, or just other people in the lobby, although you might get banned for a killer. um, and then there's block hitting when you're close. Um, fishing rod to sort of to initiate combos and to stop other people from getting combos, to bump them back and get the they call it the rod stun.
Yeah.
Rod. Um, okay, here. Okay, let's just fight. Cause
Oh, like that. Like, oh, okay.
I wanna change sort of game modes. Okay. Um, let's do MCSG. Um,
I like the MCSG kid.
yeah,
I'm terrible at MCSG though,
I figured. Sorry.
because everybody there is like really good.
Okay, so this is something that I've debated for a while, and it's just come down to laziness, really. But I have my flame and steel set to 9, although since it's easy to access, although it would work just as well at 4 or 3 or 2, anything really easily accessible. Um, but less accessible than fishing rod because fishing rod is like vital. You need to do that the quickest. So here, if you just sort of pretend to run at me, I can I can go sword, and then if I guess you can just sort of cycle between. Then if I'm able to quickly go down and then back up with the with the sword, then that gets the fishing rod. So down, up, and you really go left click, slot whatever your fishing rod flint and steel is, right click, then slot one, up, left click, and then after.
I'd have to switch to slot 1 faster.
Yeah. So this is important because it's not a lot of the time it's not worth it to do a fishing rod if you're not switching back to your sword,
Hmm.
because you lose as many hits as you're getting on them. So if I'm just slowly walking backwards like this, and maybe even if I'm like holding my flint and steel, I'm out right now, so I'm not able to show you. But if I'm just sort of walking back and I make a flint and steel, even if it does hit, which is probably not going to, because anyone that knows what they're doing is going to just walk around it if they see it in your hand before you do it.
Mhm.
So if you flint and steel, and even if you get them walking backwards, you're already in a bad situation. They're going to get a combo on you. It's just an awful idea. So you really need to,
Yeah.
you know,
Hmm. The
fishing
fire is
rod,
so
fishing
annoying.
rod, sword, and then sort of. They won't notice if you just sort of if you're going forward, pushing as you're supposed to, and then you stop for a second, just a split second, place the F and S, and you place it, and then immediately go back to the sword, and then
Yeah.
that can start a strafe in itself, and then they're forward, and then they
Yeah.
get caught on fire.
The fire makes it harder to run away too.
Yeah.
It like messes up your
So
strength
if you know what I
completely.
mean, you're pushing forward, you go for the F and S, they don't really
Mhm.
notice, and then that can initiate your strafe pattern. So then you
Yeah.
start circle strafing.
So like first straight line, then you back up a little bit. You use
Well, you
the.
don't really have to back up. You can back up a block or two, but no more
Mhm.
than that.
Oh, okay. So you don't really have to
Yeah,
block off.
the only reason that you do that is that you don't want to run into your own flint
Hmm.
and steel. It just happened to me dozens of times.
So many times to me. I'm playing with my friends and I'm like, yo, and then I play it myself.
Um, but yeah, there's that, and then it's if you're once again, you have to be either all in or running away, because you have to either be sort of all going forward with that speed, getting the combos, or if you realize that you're losing and running away, playing defensively would be the best thing to do, then that would be the right thing to do, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so um, it's hard. This takes it's a little bit hard to do this because it's not the right away like your immediate instinct, but you don't play differently before you do the flint and steel. Although it might be intuitive to think, oh well, I'm going to do flint and steel. I might want to like prep that up with something. But
Mhm.
since you don't want them to know, you want it to be a surprise to them. So you just sort of place your flint and steel down during the game, and then you use that to start a combo, get a few extra hearts of damage on them, do stuff like that. But it's not anything that you want them to know is about to happen.
Yeah, because then they'll be cautious about it.
Yeah, because then they'll be cautious, they'll strafe around it, stuff like that.
I don't really have that much problem with flint and steel.
Yeah.
Mostly
Uh,
just the rod.
FNS, I don't.
Cause
Um. Okay, I don't. I don't use FNS a huge amount, and I find it really annoying when other people do it, because
yeah,
it's like, really, man, I was getting combo on you, and then you like
yeah,
FNS me, and then you use this to start whatever, and it's annoying because the damage tick and it's like 4 hearts sometimes. It's so much.
yep.
It's yeah. Which just
I
goes to
usually just
show.
use it when I'm being chased. I just
Yeah,
put it
although
then.
that's hard because spinning around and placing it is difficult.
Yeah. But what's it called? With the fishing rod, the problem I have is okay. Since I scroll, if I
Don't scroll.
yeah, no, I'm trying. I should switch my
What'd you say?
one. I'm gonna try to use one. Do you use one? Use one, right, for the sword. Use
Okay, yeah,
one.
yeah.
So
Okay, so do it with me. Stand still. Stop, 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 stop. Okay, you go left click on one, so one left click, two right click, one left click. So you have to really quickly be able to switch between these.
but like it's hard. What do you use your? What's that finger called? Whatever. The one to the left with your middle finger. Use that finger to switch, right?
Oh yeah, I've heard that this isn't the best way to do it, although it's totally fine for me and it's better than some alternatives. Um, I use my middle finger.
Oh, okay.
Wait a minute. No,
So
no,
you
no,
do.
no, no. I use my ring finger. Sorry.
Yeah, your ring finger. There you go.
So
Well, it's
in
on your left hand, so kind of. Yes.
yeah. So the only issue with this is that it definitely the way that I have my this is an issue. I hate to say bad things about myself, but an issue with this is that it forces me to always right strafe if I want to do a fishing rod.
Mhm.
So I have to circle to the right if I am to use my fishing rod because my index finger is being used to do the strafing, and then my ring finger has to switch them.
I know your strategy now. I'm kidding.
Yeah. Although that's actually a thing. Like the dynamic between I think his name is Seth and I his in-game name is 300 spelled out like 300. Um he's very good. I think I've gotten slightly better than when I met him. We were about even, and he's sort of slowed down on playing, and I've gotten better. So I think I'm better than he is now. Either way, the dynamic between us has totally changed as we've started to know each other more, like to know each other's strafe patterns and to know what we're going to do. And we play more
Yeah.
similarly now, like we both influenced each other, so we lava at the same time. Sometimes, we FNS
Yeah.
at the same time. It's kind of funny. Um,
I bet it is.
okay. About lava and FNS, lava is pretty much the same thing as FNS, although um, lava is very useful in corners. So if you sort of stand here, although it's
Mhm.
going to be hard to if I lava right here, if I quickly lava here, or if I lava here because it's lava flows. So if I lava right here in the block, right
Mhm.
here instead of here,
Kind of
then
surrounded.
yeah, then you're surrounded, and it it it's way better than just getting you in it for a few seconds and then you're just going to water out of it. Because if
Yeah.
it's all if it's flowing out from this center point right in the corner, then it's going to be much harder for you to deal with.
Mhm.
Much harder. Um, but on the fundamentals of FNS versus lava, they're pretty much the same thing. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Although lava, with lava, there's more incentive to sort of um, to once they're in the lava, you want to keep them in it. So if you get them in the corner, or you're able to just sort of um, get them in an enclosed area or whatever, and you have the lava down, and you're able to strafe around them while they're standing still in lava, burning, and not moving, that's
Yeah,
sort of the best thing that you can do.
that's even more annoying than flint steel.
Yeah, I've lost many matches um, in my newbier days just because just sort of get caught in lava.
Hmm.
Okay, let's fight.
All right, we have. Wait, do I have arrows? Yeah, I do. The thing I was telling you, the problem with my fishing rod is that when I'm going in, I have to hit the first time because if not, switching back, I barely have time for that. Like, yeah, I'm not explaining it right. But right
Oh,
when I turn around, I have to make sure I hit you because if I don't, then I have to try again, and that takes too much time, which gives you like a couple of extra hits.
yeah.
So sometimes I try to hit you with fishing rod, and then I'll miss, and then it'll be like I never used it at all. And then
Wait,
I
oh,
switch to a
don't
sword.
accept that. Dang it. Okay, let's just
Oh.
sort of fight this one because I wanna show you some fishing rod stuff.
I'll take off my armor if you want.
No, no, no. Let's just fight. Ooh, trading.
No,
This is a
not
good
anymore.
example of like while I was fighting there, just in the middle of it, I was able to stew. Like, you know, if I'm moving stuff around in my inventory, like the stuff from the top bar, then obviously I have to open my inventory and sort
Yeah.
it in. But I don't have to stop to eat my soups or even be distracted because I can do it without looking. No problem. Can't believe my brother's passed out on my bed. Oh, good. Actually, very good.
And then the problem is switching. I mean, I didn't even grab a single.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Wait, so wait, when you're sprinting, I mean when you're fighting, do you always hold your sprint?
Yes. Okay.
Cause
I'll also answer that question more elaborately than you want, as I have with all of these. Um, I hold my shift key when I'm fighting pretty much always normally, but recently I've been using, well, actually from maybe 4 days ago to 2 weeks ago, I sort of stopped in the past few days because I've been playing around with other mods that have sort of been conflicting. Either way, I've been using this sprint mod where it sort of just keeps me sprinting. Basically what it does is it holds my sprint key. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much what it does. But
yeah,
yeah,
cause
pinky.
when I'm sprinting and then uh no, okay, good. Does it let you shift one?
Hmm?
Like, let's say you're on a different slot than one. Let's say on the third slot. Does it let you shift one?
What do you mean?
Like, hold shift and click one, and it switches to your first slot.
Yeah,
Okay, it's weird because it doesn't let me do it. It lets me switch to any other slot, just except one.
that's weird. Yeah, that's something to troubleshoot. That's interesting.
Because look, I could do this. I could just switch to number two,
Wait, so
and
while you're
then
sprinting, it doesn't let you shift one?
nope, but not to one.
Oh, I
But then
think.
if I stop holding shift, I can switch to one.
Yeah, that's something to troubleshoot. That's sort of an issue because that's a big thing. Because sorry for saying that so much. Um,
Sorry.
if you're no, I'm apologizing. Okay, if you're sprinting towards someone, which is what you do in pretty much every single fight you do ever, if you're sprinting towards someone while holding the sprint key, then you want to be able to switch between your fishing rod and your sword. So that's vital. You need to be able to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so the thing about fishing rods that I forgot to mention when I was doing my um introduction before is that if someone's running away here, just start running away, and I'll be behind you fishing rodding. So if you're running away and I'm fishing rodding you, this is doing pretty much nothing. If I'm able to land that hit, although you're pretty far away, if I'm able to land this fishing rod hit, uh, with you going straight away from me, that's doing pretty much nothing. If anything, it's like
Pushing me
um,
farther.
pushing you farther away from me.
I think
Um,
this I actually know about. You have to like get them at an angle, right?
yeah, but
Yeah.
intuitively, if they're stuck in a corner, which is
Hmm.
always the death of someone that's running, if they're in a corner, or even just sort of if you're outside and they're being pushed towards a wall, then that's where fishing rod is useful.
Hmm.
right?
I
Okay.
hate it when that happens. It's
Yeah,
like a
and then
team chase. There's like a team chasing me, and then they just keep pushing me against the wall.
yeah, and then it also sort of deactivates your sprint for a moment, slows you
Hmm.
down, all that. Um, okay. Another thing about this, a fishing rod, a fishing rod is useful also for if they're running away, and you fishing rod me right before I'm about to do this jump here. You don't have to do it because it's gonna be show this, but if you bump me up, I'm simulating this just by jumping. But if let's say you bump me up right before I do this jump, then it's going to make me miss the jump. Then it's going to make me miss.
Like that, right?
Yeah, although it's from the wrong direction. If we were trying to simulate this, then it's like if I was jumping up like this and from over there
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
and from behind me,
Okay, I know what you're saying.
you fishing rod me, then and then I try to do the jump, it messes it up. It's like if
Mhm.
you miss a jump. It's just making them miss a jump, which makes them go slower, right?
Mhm.
Okay. I was going to explain survival games strategy, although that's a very big topic. I've explained a bunch of the techniques of pretty much all of the inventory and item techniques
Mhm.
so far, minus like minus what? Pretty much nothing. Well,
Yeah,
there's
just the switching mechanics and.
snowballs and eggs. Those are just longer fishing rods.
Mhm.
Okay, done with those. Um, and eggs make chickens. Right, forgot about that.
Wait,
Although
in.
not on Mineplex though.
Yeah, I was like, what? I want to make a chicken.
Yes. Oh, I have something. No, really, Skylar. Left his phone here. Um. Okay. What is there? Okay, right. There. I'm going to explain when to use water and lava. I've explained sort of the usage of lava, right?
Hmm?
So if you're running away, water goes. Water looks around the nearest 8 blocks and finds the lowest part. So this means that placing water down here to stop someone if they're chasing you only works if there's no low spot within 8 blocks of it, right?
Yeah,
Um, that's something really to keep in mind because if you're running away from someone and you do this, that's useless. They just walk around it.
yeah. Wow, I
Um,
didn't even notice that it looks for the like
yeah.
the parts that are going lower, the lower ground.
Yeah. Exactly. Same with lava, but that doesn't really matter. The only time you use lava is it goes slow enough and
Yeah,
it
it's too
sort of
slow.
meanders enough. Sorry, that was
Yeah.
sort of instinctive. Um, if someone places down, um, if someone places down lava on you, you immediately want to. If I'm in lava, then they're going to be hitting me. Whatever. You want to place down water to destroy their lava and to put you out. Right. Right.
Hmm? Yeah, right,
Um.
right, right, right.
Right. Right. Right. Right. Right. Right.
Right.
Um. Correct. No.
Yeah,
So
correct.
So if they push you into lava and it's in a corner and just placing water down here won't really work, then you place water slightly outside and then you push into that. But that's really almost never as good of an idea as just plain placing water directly below you.
Yeah.
Um, although in some cases since it creates this little box around you, sometimes they can use that to their advantage.
Yeah.
But I think
Because
it's
you have
worth
to
it.
jump out of it.
Yeah, but since they're hitting you anyway, they're hitting you out of it. Like there's no way for them to, unless they're going to spend the time to build something up to hit you in, which is going to take longer than you actually just doing it. There's no way for them to hit you back into it, right? Right.
Yeah.
Um.
Right. Correct.
Um. so this, gosh dang it, I can hear my own voice through the Skype. Um, if someone's running away, I already mentioned this. Then you want to uh, block jump.
Mhm.
Although that's very hard to. That's if you're not already block jumping, it's almost impossible to immediately switch to blocks and sort of do that right over the water. Like
Yeah, especially like accurately.
here, get behind me, like as if you're chasing me, and then I drop this water. If you're right behind me, it's pretty much impossible since you're in the water. Then you're going to have
Yeah.
to wade up the water if you're not already block jumping. So I recommend if someone places down water like this, someone
Mhm.
places down water, you immediately switch. You go to R. You go to R, and then scroll over down one or up one, I guess, to get to your blocks. You
Yeah.
immediately just block it over accurately, so that it's been diffused,
Mhm.
so that they can't use it again unless you want water. If they've destroyed your water and you don't have any more, then you would want to take it.
Yeah.
If you're already block jumping, then you jump block over it. Um, there's getting onto another subject regarding specifically build UHC, or I guess UHC. There's a very fine line, fuzzy line, I mean, between when you're supposed to gapple and when you're supposed to run. Because gappling or even getting sometimes is not worth it, and it's hard to judge a lot of the time if they're far enough away that they won't get
Yeah.
to you and hit you more than once, because that's like taking out your absorption, right? So
Mhm.
so for it not to be worth it, they need to be close enough to be able to hit you, like what 3 times to be able to take away your absorption, to take away 4 hearts, which is what
Yeah.
a grapple is.
What I usually when they're close enough to hit me. I mean, sometimes I use it because I'm like, whatever. I'm in a better state than I was before. But I have to learn like how to use it. Like
Yeah.
I don't know when to run and when to fight, or
Hmm.
like when to use it too. Like when to eat food. Oh my god, I hate like not being able to regen, and then there's somebody like right behind you. You can't do anything.
Oh, I can fix that issue. Never get below, uh, never get below like 9.5 hunger bars. Even if you, I mean, unless you're out of food. If
Hmm.
you're low on food, which you almost never are on Mindplex, pretty much, you know. So
Yeah.
i- if you're not low on food, which is um never the case. You know, food is not scarce. Food is abundant. Um,
Yep.
you don't want to go below 9.5. I used to be really conservative, and I used to sort of
Yeah, that's how I am.
save the environment, and
Like I eat, I whenever I have
yeah,
rotten flesh, I always eat rotten flesh. I'm like, just in case.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So don't do that. If you have other food, don't eat the worst food first. Eat the best food first, because you're going to either win the game or die. Win the game, die, or get more food. Trust me, food lasts for a good amount of time. Um, I used to literally wait until I was at 6 hunger to use my steak to the best of its ability, and then I would eat the
Yeah.
carrots right when I was at 2, and I was all proud of myself for knowing all of the hunger, for knowing all the hunger values and being really efficient and good about all that. But I eventually learned that you know I eventually learned that I'm not going to run out of food, and that's just opening me up to the possibility that someone's going to find me and kill me, and I'm not going to be able to regen when I'm running away.
Yeah, no. But like whenever I watch somebody eat the eat like a steak when they have like half missing, gives me like anxiety. I'm like, no.
I know, I did that too, and now since I do that, I'm totally fine with it because seriously, that's the right thing to do. I
Yeah,
hated it.
I'm gonna definitely try doing that. But like, oh, I'm like, no, it gives you four and you're using
Yeah.
it for half.
Like honestly, the only time that I can think the only 2 times that I can think when that's a good thing is either that it's a good thing to conserve is either if you're low on food, or if you're playing in like single player where it doesn't really matter if you're down because mobs aren't a huge issue.
Yeah.
So it's sort of, if you're running around your man cave or whatever, um, then yeah. Although Etho has like hundreds of cows in his farm, so he can just sort of waste them anyway.
Mhm.
But that's off topic. Well, not really, cause Etho is like a survival games player. It's as unscarce. It's as objectively unscarce to him as it is to us because neither of us are going to run out. I love what we've done with this place.
So decorative.
Yeah.
All the flowers. The random blocks.
I keep thinking that I'm pretty much done with the topic, and then I think of something else to explain.
Is it late for you over there?
It's only 2.
2. Yeah, you're an hour behind. Oh, I know. 2 what?
a.m.
Oh, okay. But like 2:40? Or like just 2?
1:40.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're 2 hours behind.
Oh, 2.
Because you're... Okay, you're on the west side. Wait, are you in west or are you in central?
Central. I'm in
Okay,
Colorado,
yeah.
so central. Right?
And then I'm on the east. You're 2 hours behind.
I've been to Miami.
You have? Do you like it in Miami? It's so
It's
bipolar.
it's too humid.
True. I hate humidity so much. Like when it rains and I go outside, I'm like, let's just get in the car already.
So hot, my
I
god.
hate humidity. And then when I have my glasses on, well, which is always,
Uh-huh.
it like fogs up. I'm like, stop it. I'm used to it by now though. Like today, my glasses fogged up.
Yeah, like, I've gone to the Bahamas and everything, and, oh, GG's erect.
GG.
Um,
No hacks, just grandma. I mean grandparents.
yes. Yeah, like, totally forgot what I was going to say. What resource pack do you use?
Huahi's.
Huahui?
Huahui. I'm sorry.
Um,
I say people pronounce it so differently. I don't even know how to say it anymore.
yeah, the people that pronounce it the way that you're pronouncing it are wrong. Have you ever thought of that? I guess it's because you didn't know which was right, but the way that he says it is correct. Do you remember his intro for a long time? Do you watch his videos?
I mean, I don't think I've seen all of them, but
Um,
I've seen a couple.
do you remember his intros for a while that he had, where I would sort of, he would run towards the camera and then it would sort of pause and zoom in a little bit and then say, Huahui, not Huahi.
Yeah.
That's because this streamer,
Wait, doesn't it say not Hawaii?
or something like that.
Yeah, it says not Hawaii.
But that's because, he subscribed or whatever the, equivalent of a paid version of subscribing is on YouTube. He did that to, he did the sort of paid subscribe thing. It's like donating or whatever to a Twitch streamer. He did that with a streamer, and then that he was a big fan of, and then he said, "Oh, thank you, Huahi," or something like that, and he mispronounced it. So that's where that comes from.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know.
No, it's fine. That's like how half the people that I know pronounce it, or
Wait, how is
that's
it
that's how
Huawei?
they did pronounce it before I like murdered their
Before you murdered them, you just like ripped off their tongue. Wait, how do you pronounce it?
Huahui.
Huawei.
I mean, it's aspirated, and the sounds are sort of interesting for American pronunciation, but still,
Huawei.
like
Huawei.
just
Huawei.
pronouncing it Huahui is a pretty basic.
I always liked this name. It's like, I don't know.
Although he made that name special. That's not an intrinsically special. That's not an intrinsically cool name. It's just he made it. He made it what it is. Like if I had never heard of Huawei, that name sounds kind of cool. It's like a Japanese cool name or whatever. But
Yeah.
but he is what made it, right? He's
Yeah.
what, which is cool. He just totally,
He basically like defines the name.
yes. He is the definition. That's what they have in the
He's
dictionary.
definition of Hawaii. Yeah, huh? Hawaii, the best Minecraft food here.
probably just a name, but if that means something in Japanese, then yeah. But I mean, he has a large American base or a large English-speaking base that now correlate Huahui, meaning like him. That's like synonymous with PvP as a whole.
Do you know why he quote unquote quit like YouTube?
I have no idea.
Last time it was because of like his
School.
school and his mother, right? She was
What?
like hospitalized, I think.
Oh.
I watched that video so many times and I never remember for some reason.
Oh yeah,
Stop it!
I've
Sky
rewatched a
basing
bunch
is
of stuff.
bannable. I
Okay,
totally didn't do this myself.
right, this reminds me of practical parkour. So
I'm so bad at parkour.
it's very I hate to use these words over and over again. I've been using important, vital, and like a few other words a bunch, but it's because they are.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I don't
um,
mind.
thank you. Thank you.
I mean, why would I? I mean, yeah. Let me not talk. Keep going.
So, to be quick, to be good at parkour for chasing and running is very important.
Yeah, I mess up my jumps. Like, let's say it's right here. I'm just like, and I run against the block.
Yeah, like, I'm not talking as much about the sort of stuff that you see in Dragon Escape, although the stuff in Dragon Escape, it's the same type of thing, although it's in a different format.
I saw you playing it, and then I'm like, he probably plays it to practice. But then again, it's kind of fun, so he probably just plays it for the fun. I don't even know.
Yeah, yeah, I do, just for fun now, because, practical parkour and parkour maps are totally different. Um, so I'm okay. Like I can do Dragon Escape, and I can win a bunch of the maps, and I've actually gotten better in recent.
I can't.
But like I can finish the map like a third of the time. Like I can get to the end a third of the time, which I think is pretty good. Anyway,
Yeah, it is. It's like really good. I can barely pass like, let's say on the 10th jump. I can't even pass the 10th jump. On that map, Skylands, Sky
yeah,
Islands.
Skies is the second easiest.
I can barely pass like the first jump. I'm just like, no,
Oh,
I
the one
got
with the
stuck.
log.
Yeah, just because like the dragon comes so fast on the beginning. I usually just leap over that.
Um, Okay, so practical parkour basically just means I just mean being able to normally navigate maps, non-parkour maps, and regular environments, being able to go quickly. For chasing and running, that's pretty much what it is. But it's very um, important to being able to run and chase and to keep up with other people. Because if you mess up a jump and someone is chasing you, then you're dead.
Yep.
Pretty obvious, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it happens to be so intense today. It happens like every day. Do you like, okay, kind of probably a dumb question. Do you like, I don't even know how to ask. First, like, how old are you? It's kind of rude to ask, but.
Well, I asked you, but I'd rather not.
Not even to ask that, but like, do you have college?
No.
Do you have to go to college? No, just like high school? Okay, I was gonna ask you if you need to like work tomorrow or have school, cause then.
It's Friday, right?
Yeah, I know.
No, I
But
don't.
just in case it was different for you, cause you know, like some people
Yeah.
that go to college have to do like
Yeah.
extra classes. So I was like, I don't want to hold you back from that.
No, yeah, it's fine. I just want to make sure that I've covered all of the bases that I want to cover for PvP and yeah, for PvP before I move on to survival games or build UHC strategy. First try, let's go.
Does armor count? Armor? Maybe?
Oh yeah, so there's not that much that I can input, although oh, and then there was something else that I was going to mention about oh, okay.
Oh, skills.
there, um, every piece of gold armor except for boots are better than leather. Okay? Every piece except for
I,
pants are not better
and
than
chain.
gold of chain.
Yeah.
Every
That's like
piece
the only one I know.
every piece of iron armor except for helmet is better than chain.
Mhm.
Every piece of diamond is better than any piece of iron. Or every piece of diamond is better than its respective piece of iron. Like diamond boots versus iron boots. Did you catch all that?
Yeah. That. And do the emoji water move score thing. I don't know what to call it.
Um,
Tactic.
let
Technique.
me. I'm going to open back up my server. So I
Your
can.
server.
Yeah.
Your
No,
house server.
it's yeah. Gosh, it's gonna take maybe 5 minutes at most for me to see if it's. Okay, we've been going for almost 2 hours.
You need to like sleep. If you want to sleep, you can go to sleep. You're probably like
Um,
really tired.
I'm not extremely tired.
You sound you sound tired. Like sound like you're really tired.
Hmm. I've been having stomach aches and stuff too, so it was a long day for me.
No, it sucks.
Okay. Um,
You want to do it again?
doesn't look as if.
Are you offline?
Uh, no, not yet. Why? Hmm. Um, my IP isn't working.
For what? Oh, your server.
Yeah. Ah. Um.
Oh, wait, you're still gonna call your friends?
Oh, yeah, they're probably done. Yeah, I think their call ended. Yeah, Roman's offline now.
Oh, oh, sorry.
It's fine. Oh,
Got it.
yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, I named it this. I named it this because uh when people see my username as underscore one, they like I don't know. Some people thought that my name is Juan for some reason. So
One.
Juan,
Oh,
like the
because
yeah.
Did you put one?
Obviously it's not, but uh,
No, one. Alright, I'll go to it now. Wait, yeah. Are you okay with me going to it?
yeah, it's fine. There's not much on it, seriously.
Is it still like in the making?
Um, it's not like I don't I. It's really just for me to play on with my friends. It's not. Um, I'm not going to try and put mini games or anything on it.
I thought you meant Juan with like a J. Juan. GS. What does GS stand for?
Game server or something like that. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay. Most likely. Sounds like it would. Server.pro 1.
We should probably switch
It
accounts to
says
one.
outdated server. It says
Oh
you're
yeah,
still
it's
on.
1.7.
Yeah. I should probably switch to 1.7. I have to download it for that, right?
Um,
Like a whole new launcher.
no.
Oh, I could just edit the profile. Like Optifine. Yeah, let me go try it.
Hold on. Crap. I changed the password to my account, and I might or might not be able to remember it. What? Are you kidding me? Oh no, this is an issue.
What happened?
Hold on. I'm not entirely sure how or why, but it's not letting me log into it. I'm just gonna run.
Oh god. You think you should try changing your password?
Yeah. I changed it earlier.
It's probably glitchy. Excuse me. Alright, I think I can try and pursue it.
Okay, good, it worked.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna get like really mad. I'll be scared.
Yeah, that would suck. I put at least 1,000 hours into this account.
Oh, yay, Fallout. That's what was